4, 3.
Da,
Da, da, da, da, da,
And we're back.
I just slept here all week in the same clothes.
Dear Diary.
Jackpots.
Nailed them. I mean, it.
Welcome to Keeping Up with the Cardassians. This is Nick.
This is Rob.
This is Joe.
And I was trying to think of more Taylor Swift songs, but I was struggling.
Really?
I mean, I know there's a lot of them, but I don't know the words to them.
Not a real Swiftie.
Well, I got to shake it off and move on. And I'm going to tell you a love story from Battlestar Galactica today
God.
that you know all too well. So don't blame me if I continue talking.
We were at that baseball game. It was a cruel summer.
Wow.
really bad.
When you came to that mic, I knew you were trouble, baby.
Are you ready for it?
I'm ready,
You ready for
it.
the show?
You know what? Keep it up. We're going to get some bad blood with Joe.
You really need to calm down.
It's a little chilly in here. I need a cardigan.
You know what, guys? Don't blame me for the show.
Oh, gosh.
I blame both of you.
Man, this is a cruel summer so far.
He already
used
said
cruel
that
summer.
one.
Dang it.
You know what? Bit's ruined. Move on.
Oh, it's moving on. Hey, welcome to Keeping Up with the Cardassians. We already introduced our names, right? Yeah, because
Yeah, we did that.
Nick, this is Joe, this is Rob.
Yeah, he doesn't really pay attention, does he?
No.
No, I don't.
No.
You're just now finding this out?
So as you know, we've taken a couple weeks away. We had life going on. I was away at a conference. Joe's had a busy life.
No.
Rob's had a busy life, and we just weren't able to record. So a couple weeks ago, we shared with you our Nana visitor interview, and I hope you checked that out if you hadn't listened to it again. Or if you'd already heard it before, listen to it again, because she had a lot of profound things to say in that interview. So
Nana.
so we took that week off.
Mama Nana.
And then the last week, we decided it would be a great idea to we got to see The Flash ahead of time, which was really great, which is just now coming out in theaters, but we saw it 10 days before it came out.
What'd you think of The Flash? 734-494-0980.
Yeah. Call us, tell us what you thought. So we reviewed The Flash, and we reviewed a couple episodes of Lower Decks, but now we're finally back into Battlestar Galactica. We're down to like 20 or 30 episodes, which, you know, we're getting there. We're getting towards the...
Some of us already have a countdown.
Yeah, some of you do. So today we're going to review the episodes A Measure of Salvation and Hero from the 3rd season, and it's episodes 7 and 8.
I need a hero.
But we'll get to that.
That's the jam.
It is a good song.
We'll get there in the second half of the episode. The first half of the episode, we play catch up on pop culture news and all those things. And the thing that I want to begin with is I want to tell you, gentlemen, how great of an album the new Foo Fighters album is. But Here We Are is the name of the album. And it is a profoundly moving album, very sad album. They wrote this almost months after Taylor Hawkins had passed. He died of an overdose. I mean, maybe an overdose. They never really truly released a full toxicology. But it was
two and two together.
Yeah, it was a lot of, he was taking a lot of different pills together, and he OD'd and died. So he dies, during that time, and over the last year, leading up till they had the Taylor Hawkins concert, right? And even after that, we're like, well, they're never going to get back together, right? They're done. They're done making music.
Are you saying they're never
ever
getting back together?
Getting back together.
Exactly.
Oh.
Ever.
You know what? You two are for two guys who just spent a better part of a half hour ripping her fan base. You guys are.
I just had the song sheet pulled up over here.
I didn't see your eyes. That was like a screen rant.
Oh, now it is. You're right.
Yeah.
You go talk to your friends. Talk to my friends. Talk to me.
All right.
But we are never ever getting.
So the
back
Foo
together.
Fighters.
So anyways,
I knew you guys were trouble.
So during this time, right, when everyone was like, "Oh, they're done as a band," they were working on a new album to go through their grief together. And then we said, "Well, who's their drummer going to be?" Well, apparently, he didn't drum on this album. I looked at the
personnel.
Yeah, the personnel, and it's Dave Grohl plays the drums on this. So this was before they even brought in their new drummer. And they released, I think, their best work since There's Nothing Left to Lose, in my opinion, for an album.
And that's what, 2003?
Yeah, nothing. No, I think it's even further back than that. 99 was Nothing Left to Lose. I thought Wasting Light was really good. That's one of my favorite albums of all time, but I think There's Nothing Left to Lose is their best. It has Aurora and Next Year, Breakout, Learn to Fly on it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great
album. That's their third album, right?
Yes. Gimme Stitches, Generator, Stacked Actors. It's a great album. So anyway,
Stacked Actors is so good. It's such a great song.
It is a great song. Yeah. A lot of screaming.
Wasting Light was good.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I liked everything around it.
Okay.
Like the way it was recorded. I liked the music.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. It was the best the Foo Fighters could do at the time.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah. They reached a creative plateau, and you can see it continued with.
I'm not crapping
Sonic
all over
Highways.
Sonic Highways was bad.
And Medicine at Midnight, which at first
was not great.
It's not great. At first, I hated it. It grew on me. Still not my favorite. But this album came out. But here we are, and I listened to it right away. And I did that thing that that you had told me to do. Like when you first get an album, just sit down and just listen to the album. Don't do anything else. And I did that, and it was profoundly moving. Like just listen and. You can hear the heartbreak in their voices. I mean, just like there's one line in one of the songs called Under You where he says something along the line of over it. I think I'm getting over it. And then he says, there's no getting over it. You know, the death of his friend. And I just, it's such a great line.
And it's not only the death of Taylor Hawkins. His mom died within the last year as well.
Mom died within the last year. And there's a song on there titled,
The Teacher?
The Teacher, which is great. The last song on the album is called Rest, really good. He brings in his daughter for vocals as well, and she's hauntingly good for the vocals with him. It's as easily...
Nepotism.
Yeah, I know. 'Cause Violet Grohl is her name. Like, when she was in the concert for Taylor Hawkins, I'm like, she's not that impressive. But she's also a kid who's trying to sing with professionals.
Now, have you seen the band play any of these songs with Josh?
Yeah. Yeah,
Josh is good.
He's really good.
So
good.
I
watched watched clips from their first show back together with Josh on drums. But I really would. I think this has a chance of winning Album of the Year. Personally.
Oh, I would. I'd put money on it right now.
Well, it's automatically going to be in the running because why they made it, right? Because they're going to utilize
everything surrounding it is.
Yeah,
and it's getting critical acclaim for being like a return to form, the best album a band has made in over 20 years. Like things like that are those are check marks for awards award season.
I mean, and I like the way they released they were slowly releasing one track at a time on Twitter and everything. That was a cool way they did that.
Not a fan of that.
You didn't like that? You like them to just drop it all at once?
I agree. I think just give me the whole album.
I didn't listen to them at all. I waited until the album came out.
So I want to say it was like 2017 maybe.
Yeah.
John Mayer released an album called The Search for Everything. And he released the album in 2 separate EPs, and then the album proper came out afterwards. And it was like, well, I've already heard everything. I don't really care that the album comes out now. It was just sort of like a deflating to hear everything leading up, and it's like, give me a good single, and then give me an album.
I don't know when it changed for me. I have no idea. But when I hear a single's coming out, I might give it a second, but then I turn it off immediately and just say, I'll just wait for the album. I don't know when that changed, but I've been like that since at least when the new 2 album came out. And then the thing that came out recently, I'm like, I'm just steering clear. I don't want to hear it until the album comes out. I tease a little bit just so I can get a feel for if I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
But generally, after I kind of listen to it for 10 seconds, I'm good.
Now, one of my favorite bands, Dawes, did something similar to what the Foo Fighters just did. They released song after song, maybe 3 songs leading up to this album.
Yeah.
I listened to the first song.
Okay.
And the first song was the best song that they had done in probably 10 years.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I'm good.
I'm in.
I'm in for the album. I don't need to hear anything else. I'll listen to the rest of it when it comes out.
Did it stand?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's their I think it's their 8th album, and it's
Yeah.
arguably their best.
Yeah.
It's one of their best 2 or 3 albums.
Well, and you know, it's fascinating how this works with bands, because how many albums does Dawes have at this point?
8.
8. Okay, this was Foo Fighters' 11th album, and to me, this is. I mean, like I said, it's the best since There's Nothing Left to Lose. It might be their best album. It might actually be. And that's their 11th album. Like, that tells you something. And it's kind of sad because it took the death of their drummer to reignite their creative juices.
But I don't want to. It's going to come off as sort of shitting on the band, but I don't want to. But they were a band that was
they found their niche. And
I don't know. I think they were stagnant creatively.
Okay.
If they didn't have the success early and the stone cold classics,
following,
they wouldn't. And I know I've put them in the category of one of the greatest American rock bands of all time.
Yeah.
I still stand by that, and I put Pearl Jam in there too.
Yeah.
But I feel like they've sort of plateaued as well.
Yeah. And it takes well, you think about it, when these bands start to get together creatively, they're in their 20s. They're in the beginning of their life. They're experiencing all these new emotions.
But there's also a lot of trauma, and there's a lot of emotions, and there's a lot of
and that growing
things
up,
that they're
first loves, experimenting with drugs for the first time.
And they have to express that in a way.
Exactly.
And then it's like you get incredibly successful, and it's hard to What are you gonna say? You don't really have as much to say that's as profound.
Exactly. So then, like, something like this happens, and now you finally have something to say again. And that's the thing about music. It's like it's a work of art, and if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, it's pretty obvious.
Some of the best art is born from pain.
Yeah, exactly.
Or trauma.
And I don't think Dave Grohl, knowing how much of a music aficionado he is, would ever be like, well, we need to pump out some music so I can make some money. I don't think he's that guy. But at the same time, there's a little bit of like, well, we have to do this because we're expected to do this, I think.
Well, I'm sure they have a contract.
Yeah, because it's the money thing. They would just go on tour. That's where they get their money.
That's
now.
where all the money is.
That's where all the money's made now.
Yeah, exactly.
As Taylor Swift. Although her albums sell like
they do.
gangbusters.
Yeah, they do. But I tell you what, man, there's the one song, Rest. Like, listen to these lyrics at the beginning of the song, and it's like a hauntingly slow, beautiful song. It says, waking up, bottom of an empty cup, laying in your favorite clothes chosen just for you, make you laugh, maybe I can make you laugh. Books of faded photograph moments saved for you, angel dust, tiny little paper cuts, close my eyes and feel your touch holding on to you. It's like he's writing this about his mom, and that's just adorable to like. It's just such a powerful song. And then it goes on, rest, you can rest now. Rest, you will be safe now. Like, that's the chorus to it after that. Oh, it's hauntingly good. It's a must-listen to album for me right now.
Dave Matthews Band just released a new album.
Did they really?
Yeah, it's crap. It's crap.
It's crap?
Yep.
I'm going to piggyback on that. Matchbox 20 just released a new album. And when I first heard it, I loved it.
Yeah.
I've cooled down from the loved it part, but I still really enjoy it.
That was what Sean was saying. He didn't like it today, right? And then you liked it. So, Dave Matthews, after their saxophonist died, was it a good album after that?
Yes.
Okay. And then it slowly
because that was the Grugrux King.
Okay. That means nothing to me. But okay.
Yeah. That's the
name of the album?
Yeah, it was Big Whiskey and the Grugrux King.
Oh, 2009. I see it.
He died in 2008.
Yeah.
That was a good album. And then, what was after that one? Hold on. Shit.
Dave Matthews Band, Caravan.
Getting rusty, Joe.
Hold on, discography.
Grugrux. And then...
Away from the World.
No,
that's next.
Is it?
Then Come Tomorrow. Then Walk Around the Moon.
Away from the World.
Yeah.
Yeah, Away from the World, Come Tomorrow, and Walk Around the Moon are all meh.
Yeah. What's your favorite album by them?
Before These Crowded Streets.
Okay, third album. Okay.
So my favorite theirs as well.
I think it's the most. I think it's one of the most overlooked albums ever.
Oh.
Actually, I think their best album is the one that was never released.
And that was.
It was after.
Is that because nobody heard it?
No.
So no one wanted it.
After Before These Crowded Streets, they went back into the studio with their longtime producer Steve Lillywhite to record for their next album that would have was slated to come out in 2000.
Okay.
Dave had a drinking problem. The band was kind of at odds with one another.
Yeah.
And they kind of took a break. Dave went out to California, met with Glenn Ballard, who was a famous producer, produced Alanis Morissette, Aerosmith, all sorts of pop hits. Yeah. Came back with a whole album of songs and gave the sheet music to the band. That became Everyday, which was hated at the time of release. And then they went back and sort of re-recorded some of the stuff that they during the Lily White sessions for Busted stuff. But because of what the band was going through, the recordings, those first Lily White session recordings, were some of the best work they've ever done. But fans have put together there's like a fan made album called the Lily White Sessions. Okay. Because there are full songs that are out there, full versions of these songs that
have already been cut and mixed and all that. Okay.
So
interesting.
But as far as actual albums, Before These Crowded Streets is a masterpiece.
Okay. Well,
that's the one with Blood in the Water, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's so.
You heard it here first, folks. No, you didn't. You've heard it elsewhere.
Well, they've heard it here a number of times.
Yeah. But
that was the most time you've ever given me to talk Dave Matthews Band without playing a stupid drop or shitting on it, so I appreciate it.
Well, now the drop is going to get played. You know that, right? You know well.
I don't think I need to do it. I mean, you did it for me. It's not needed. It's pretty cool. You got to admit, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So check out that Foo Fighters album. I think it's really good. I really do. Have you listened to it yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I loved it.
I just got it on vinyl, too. So
I have not bought the vinyl, though.
I bought the vinyl of it, the white vinyl. So I'm looking forward to it.
Is it colored vinyl?
Yeah, there's one that's black and one that's white. So I got the white one.
Racist.
I mean, for vinyl, true
colors come out.
For vinyl, white is the minority, though.
Jesus,
it is.
For vinyl, yeah, most of the vinyl you get is black vinyl. Check yourself, sir.
I hate you guys.
I hate you.
I hate you guys.
I hate you guys so much. All right, where are we moving to next, gentlemen?
Battlestar Galactica.
One thing before that. The Batman 2, there's a rumor for the castings of Harvey Dent.
What?
Yeah. It is Josh Hartnett, which actually wouldn't be terrible.
Oh.
And Joel Edgerton.
Wasn't Josh Hartnett once on the run for Superman?
Yes, back for when the Kevin Smith was writing it.
What the hell has Josh Hartnett been doing?
Oh, no, I think it was Henry. Nothing.
I know.
He stepped out of acting for a while.
He did.
He was a heartthrob for a while. He was like
people are all about him for a while.
Like the late 90s? He would like
up till Pearl Harbor.
Well, I did know that he pursued his music career for a while there. And
how'd that go?
Like Michael Jordan's baseball.
He ended up touring with some pretty big bands. Dave Matthews. Sorry. I don't know if he actually had a music career.
I don't believe he ever
opened. I don't
opened.
think he actually did. I just made that up. I just wanted to play that clip. I had to get it in at least once.
But I think he could probably do a pretty decent Harvey Dent.
I think so.
I'm sure he could. I just don't. Okay.
Who was Harvey Dent in the Dark Knight?
Aaron Eckhart.
Yep.
That was a good.
I kind of wish my hot take with that is that was too quickly developed, and I think that would have been more effective if he was Two-Face in the third movie.
That's not a hot take. That is a good take.
I mean, it still wasn't. I still like the turn. I like the final confrontation with him flipping the coin and everything, and him shooting Batman.
But it was like, wait, what? Now it's hard. Now
I know. Yeah. And all of a sudden he goes from I did like the Joker going in there, giving him the gun, and being like, create a little chaos.
Actually, that's not bad.
I'm like a dog chasing cars.
That wasn't bad. I didn't say it was great.
I dug that, but they just made that transition too quick. And I don't want the Batman to do the same thing.
I hope
with their Harvey Dent.
They'll pace that out a little bit better.
The thing is, I wonder, I don't want it to be the Joker. I don't want it to be Harvey Dent as the bad guys. I want them to be in the background. I want them to be building up to the Joker for the final.
Or building up to Harvey Dent.
Or building up to these things, yeah.
But this happened with the Batman. There was a lot of characters, and we're like, this is a lot. This is a lot.
They're not going to be able to pull it off,
and they did it masterfully.
They nailed it. Yeah, so I feel like
Nailed it.
the second
Nailed
one will
it.
be a big Penguin piece, maybe.
No, because they're doing the series.
No,
They're doing the series, but they're going to work the Penguin into it, I'm sure.
I don't
A
think.
little
But
bit.
I don't think he's going to be a main. I don't think he's going to
He's
take up a
ever
lot of
going to be a
screen time.
main villain. He's just kind of a background villain almost.
Although, I'll tell you, still, Colin Farrell did a fantastic,
Fantastic
job.
job.
He did a great job. But
When does that series come out?
I don't know.
I'm
looking forward to that.
I'm assuming like late fall, winter time kind of a thing. But I could be wrong. In fact, I'm usually wrong. So there's that. So here's an interesting thing. So I don't know if anyone kept up, by the way. Oh, sorry.
2024 for that.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
whoops!
So late winter.
Yep.
Late winter of 24,
Yeah.
or
No date, no month, just
oh,
2024.
okay. Winter. In my brain, winter is end of the year.
January, February, March is winter.
I know, but
December 21st is when it starts.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
so
So how about, though, one of the things that I wanted to talk about, too, and we didn't get a chance to talk about because we were airing a special episode, was the box office from the previous week. We didn't talk about it.
You mean 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, because Transformers came out, and so did Spider-Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much money do you think they made?
$50,
I have no idea.
$200.
Spider-Man. Let's start with Spider-Man. How much money do you think Spider-Man Across the
I
Spider-Verse
think
would
it
make?
probably crossed 100 mil.
100.
No?
No,
How many people love this
not
thing?
Not even close.
Really?
$50.
$50. $58. Millions of them. $58 million.
That's all it made in its opening weekend?
Yeah.
There's that
Yeah,
can't be right.
Fact check. Well, it's only Saturday right now.
But it came
No,
out
this already
last
happened.
week.
This already happened, man. This is in the past.
That's true.
This already happened. $58 million.
It's
It's
been
opening
out
weekend.
been out for almost 2 weeks now.
That's true.
Yeah. So that hasn't been out almost 2 weeks.
Well, the time this is airing, yes.
Yeah.
At the time this is airing, it's been out almost 3 weeks.
Okay.
At the time of recording, it's been out
So
over
am I
a week.
looking at the wrong week for the box office from last week? Did it really come out 3 weeks then? I got to figure this out, man. Sorry if you hear kids in the background. We've been collecting.
Nobody
kids.
here uses condoms.
We're getting 5-year-olds. We're gathering them right
Should
now.
have, though.
So it happens.
Thanks a lot, Horcrux.
Wait, this one's saying 274 million. I'm so confused.
58 million sounds like a single day or opening night.
Or second or third weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. So as of June 9th, that's when I was looking back to last week. It made 186 million in the United States
That
and
sounds a little
Canada. Okay.
Canada doesn't count. Do they even have money there?
Loonies and Toonies.
Yeah, I mean something like that. But the reviews for it, it's got 96% from Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty impressive.
It debuted with 120 million.
Yeah, I know.
I thought you were going to say it debuted with
I
120%.
take back what I said.
on
I
Rotten
take
Tomatoes.
back what I said. Okay, I take back what I said. But still,
Look at Nick beating us to the fact check.
Fact checking himself.
I know. So every once in a while, I gotta give you one for the team.
You were that take was so bad. You're like, that doesn't even.
That can't be right.
That can't be right. I just said
sound
some
like
dumb
an idiot.
shit.
Yeah, that can't
I said
be
some
right.
dumb stuff.
But
That can't be right.
Transformers is right. It did make
50 bucks, yeah.
58 million.
I've heard good things about this one.
Eh,
I heard someone say it was the best one since the first one, and I said, well, that's not a real hot take.
I love the first one.
And the first one was good. The rest of them were garbage.
You know what? I saw it and I'm like, I knew you were trouble. And it's
here,
like one of
back
those
to the-
movies that I know of all too well, so I had to avoid it. So don't blame me. I didn't go to the box office for it. Goodness.
We got to go back to Limp Bizkit.
No, because that's going to leave me breathless if I have to go back to Limp Bizkit. Because I can't keep up with that.
Anything else? Battlestar Galactica?
Do we want? Are we ready to move on already? Or
I'm moving on to anything else.
Okay, we can. I mean, we can move on.
Is there anything else to talk about?
I don't know. It's a slow week for us.
I mean,
Yeah, so slow I didn't even have time to get changed.
I know, right? We're all wearing the same thing we were wearing last week.
wow,
Continuity.
I know.
lazy jerks.
Wow.
That's what we all are. That's what we all are.
Continuity.
Exactly.
Well, we can move on to some Battlestar Galactica. I mean, that's okay. We had a long episode last week. We can have a under an hour episode this week.
All our episodes have turned into long, obnoxious things.
I know we go on and on our episodes.
We're
But
sorry.
I also do think that there's decent conversations to be had with the episodes.
Okay.
So
Decent or
Well, let's
have you listened to the show?
do this. Okay, so we have.
I mean, unfortunately, yeah.
So we're going to start with the Measure of Salvation. So it's the 7th episode of the 3rd season here.
Patreon's clearly.
And the Galactica crew are now boarding this Cylon vessel where everyone is dead, and they're trying to figure out what's going on.
I wish this show was dead.
They bring Sharon Athena with them to the base star to get some information. And basically, they find out something bad happened here. A virus somehow got spread. They bring back
Corona.
all of the crew they bring back all the Galactica crew from that base star back to the ship and quarantine them initially until they do blood tests on them. Turns out all of them are immune to the virus. The virus is something from a long, long time ago that humans have evolved to not be sick from. It's something that rats get sick with, but not humans anymore. We've evolved past it. And now the worry is what's going to happen with Athena, Sharon. Well, Sharon has the immune system. Because she was pregnant with a half human baby,
It feels like I'm coming.
she has the antibodies for it, so she doesn't get sick now either. So that all happens. Meanwhile, Coddle reports that I can create a serum that will keep them alive without ever curing them. And then they start having a conversation. Well, wait, hold on. If you can cure it, what if we didn't cure it? What if we found a way to spread this to all the Cylons? So if we brought the Cylons closer
Hell yeah.
and then killed them,
Genocide.
and then they go back to the resurrection ship, they spread it everywhere, and now all the Cylons be dead. And they're all like, yep, let's do it. Did we just become best friends with this plan? Yes, we did. And then you have Hero in the background saying, actually, I have a problem with this plan. And they all
Genocide?
say,
That's what we're doing now?
and they all say, shut up, Hero. Go away. Hilo, not Hero.
Oh, I like how... Oh, sorry.
Meanwhile,
Jumping ahead.
Baltar's getting tortured by number 3 and 6. And he's basically saying, don't torture me. The end. Oh, no. I didn't get to the best part. So they finally enact their plan to spread the virus. But as they go to spread the virus, they go kill all the Cylons. But they already dead. Why are they already dead? Hilo killed them.
You don't know that.
Hilo killed him ahead of time.
Allegedly.
And Hilo goes back to the room with Athena and says, they're going to get me, Athena. And
They're going to get one of us.
They're going to get one of us. They're going to suspect one of us. And then we expect there to be a witch hunt to happen, except for Adama sits down with the president and says, someone did this. I'm not going to investigate it because, honestly, if we would have done this, we would have been bad.
Bad.
The end.
Sometimes some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. Garth Brooks.
So say we all.
So say we all.
This plot sounds an awful lot like the conspiracy theory of the U.S. government creating AIDS to eradicate homosexuality.
I mean, I wasn't really going there, but that's interesting.
Have you guys never ever heard of that?
I never heard of it, yeah.
I've heard it.
Like a eugenics thing where they were going to wipe. I didn't know that. Huh. Wow.
Who was
it really affecting?
Right.
It wasn't yeah.
And intravenous drug users, but I think that was a byproduct that they were willing to live
They
with.
were willing to live with that.
Collateral damage.
I mean, it happens. I mean, the government has done some pretty shady stuff.
Yeah.
Like intentionally infected, the Tuskegee airmen with
So let's
things.
go right to it. Are you pro or anti-genocide?
Well, we're just going right into
Wow,
it.
just ripping it right off.
Dang.
In this case, or in general?
In general.
Well, that's it. Really, I think genocide should really be a case-by-case basis.
I'm on Hilo's side here. I'm on
Oh,
Hilo's
you
side.
would be.
Yeah, you
I'm
see.
on Hilo. I don't like the way Hilo went about it, man. Hilo, that's not your call.
No,
then again,
no, you can't backtrack. If you were Hilo, you should do it. If you're on Hilo's
I
side,
probably would.
He
do
did
that.
the right thing.
I probably would do what Hilo did.
I do like how Adama did kind of go like, I don't really like this, so it's going to be your decision.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're really gonna do this?" He's like, "Yep, I'm doing it. Like I have no shame."
He's
in
like, tapping out. You're
you
in.
want me to use biological warfare against someone? Yeah, I need presidential approval for that.
I like the president's reasoning.
Yeah.
for doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What, like, okay, so in this scenario, what is so if we're not going to do this, what's the end game?
More war.
We're just going to keep running from them until they wipe us out.
or
right?
the Cylons find Earth before them and really screw them.
Right. So no matter what, humans are screwed right now. Right?
And they're vastly outnumbered.
Vastly
And Hilo
outnumbered.
did make the point that the Cylons did try to.
Oh my gosh!
He tried to make that point, but it was working against him. That was an utter disaster.
I know. They tried to live with Bro, you weren't on the planet.
What was that argument, by the way?
I mean, I get it. Like
you get it?
I get it from the perspective of he's saying
It's not
they
called
can be reasoned with. They tried to make it work.
They tried to make it work.
If he wants to say they can be reasoned with, he shouldn't. He should go to Sharon.
Sharon.
Yeah.
Sharon
But
is the example.
He did reference Sharon. There
But
could
not
be a
until-
whole
not
bunch
until after.
Not until later. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the point he should be making.
Yeah.
They tried to be reasoned with when immediately they went in there with troops and locked down everybody.
I don't think they immediately did that. I think when we jumped into that had happened. Yes.
I think
my thing, the way I looked at the New Caprica storyline is they initially came in there and said, "Hey, let's get along," and the humans started capping the toasters and the skin jobs and started killing them. So then they started to slowly create this police force until it got to the point
Joe,
it got.
where are you at on that?
I think that's exactly how it would go if the Cylons were to live or to try to live amongst us.
Right. They
So-
would try to be peaceful at first.
No, they're not peaceful.
They would come in and just...
Yes,
They're high and mighty. They are high and
Not
mighty.
all of them are.
I am pro genocide in this. I 100,
Not all of them are?
Not all of them are. The 6 was not ridiculous. Sharon models aren't ridiculous. Like, they're pretty reasonable. This is a big part of their population. Even the number 3 is not completely off a rocker.
Nick, you're wrong.
I don't think I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
I mean, that's what all the wrong people in the world say, right?
They came in there and they conquered.
Do you trust would you trust the Cardassians to do the right thing then?
Would you trust Bashir and oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Garrick. Would you trust Garrick to make sure the right thing is done?
That's what I'm saying.
You would.
No, Garrick. Yeah, but Garrick is Sharon.
Yeah, okay. Garrick's the exception to the rule.
He's a shady.
But
what about the Cardassians in whole?
Damar turned around. You're arguing my point, right? Like, these were a military war-hungry people, and they can be changed. You just need patience, and you need the right people in charge to do it.
They're going to eradicate you before
the
you
Dominion.
get. The timeline is that the humans will be
They
eradicated.
will be eradicated beforehand.
before that happens.
I'm sure they'll change once there's no humans around.
So then the greater question becomes, I think your greater question here is, okay, human extinction is almost inevitable if the Cylons survive, right? So that's
100%.
So let's assume that. So
I
is the
think
question
going
really,
to war with them that's already the assumption.
is self-preservation worth it if you have to effectively eliminate an entire race of people?
The answer almost always has to be yes.
Does it?
Otherwise, why even fight? Just kill it. Just kill yourselves.
But what?
The alternative is you survive, but you have to do some really horrific shit to do it, or you're completely eradicated.
But how do you ever recover from that? If you genocide and kill
then
all of the
you don't have
Cylons-
to. You don't have to, but you're gone. Everybody is gone. There's
Let's say you kill the
middle
Cylons.
ground.
They're gone. You've killed them. Let's say this plan happens and all the Cylons are gone now. How can these people ever feel like they are morally just ever again?
I got news for you. They're going to die in a generation.
And then they'll forget
and the
about
new
it.
generation will have no clue how it happened.
Maybe this starts like this path where they decide, well, if we don't like people or they disagree with us, we can just
Or
exterminate
they
them.
look at the actions of their elders and kind of go, we're not going to do that.
Possible.
You're making such a leap between.
No, I'm
I think
not.
it's a
Once
leap.
you start murdering
but you're
people
making a
en
leap.
masse-
You're making a leap that just because someone disagrees with you, you're gonna kill them. We're talking about an entire race that is trying to eradicate the human race.
Okay,
if another thing like that it happens, then I think it's justified.
But
if it's like, you know what, Nick? I think the Foo Fighters are garbage. You're like, no, you don't. You can't.
you want to hear garbage? I'll show you garbage. But I don't mean. So let's take Zarek as a for instance of that. What is happening with these children? They are murdering people out there.
Condoms.
Okay, so Tom Zarek has
A
made
much more abrasive thing, I'm thinking.
Tom Zarek has made efforts in the past to kill people, right? So you find out about this thing by him again. Why throw him in jail? Why not just kill him?
He's not actively trying to eradicate a human race. He's trying to come into power. There's a difference. That's you know what? Take him into custody.
Okay.
Prosecute him to the full extent of whatever laws you have. Now, if it gets to the point where Tom Zarek has an army that outnumbers you, and his sole purpose is your extinction, I think you can take more drastic measures.
I think my greater argument is I don't think as a society you deserve to survive if you have to eliminate another one in order to do so.
Have you ever stomped a bug?
Never. Not once. Ever.
Lies.
Never
Lies.
will. Never have.
Lies.
Never have. Maybe by accident, maybe as a kid, right? Or I'm not eliminating their entire race. It's impossible. They're everywhere.
I know.
This isn't even a slippery slope, man. This is all the way over the edge. If you commit genocide against the Cylons and kill, you already know they think.
Why are you even fighting the war then? Give up.
They're not fighting a war. They're running.
Pussies.
You sound like Admiral Kane.
But they're trying to survive, aren't they?
But
Eventually, running is not going to work.
Eventually, running's not going to work. But do you feel like are all options exhausted already by they've gotten to this point? Have they ever tried negotiating? Well, they have. At first, they did. Remember, they said we offered an unconditional ceasefire, and they refused to accept it. Right in the pilot. But, like, you don't think they can be reasoned with? You spent a year and a half on the planet with these people. You realize they're not infallible beings. You know they're not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Who's running diplomacy right now? Because it doesn't seem like
they
there
don't
is any.
have diplomacy. That's part of the... like, there's no conversations happening.
This blaster, bitch.
Or
this disease.
Yes. I don't think as a civilization you deserve to live if you're exterminating another one. And this goes for the Cylons too. Do they deserve to live? Not necessarily. But who gets to be the judge of that? Should it be the remaining humans? I don't know. I don't think it should be. They tried to genocide the Cylons first.
Yeah, so?
All the humans got to say, you did it first.
Actually, I looked it up, by the way. Remember I had talked about who started the first Cylon War, and I thought it was the Cylons attacking the humans. It was actually the humans attacking the Cylons because they realized they were becoming too intelligent, and they tried to kill them. Tried to kill them dead.
Murder.
Yeah, it happens.
So they started it.
Yeah, and they're about to finish it.
They about to, but they aren't because Hilo gets in the way.
I've said this many times. He's a bum.
Hilo
I like him as the Exo though.
But Hilo is the most morally pure character on the show. Can you not
because everybody else is a scumbag.
I still go with the doctor.
Doc Cottle?
Yeah, because he's still...
Actually, he is.
Yeah. I'm a doctor.
Wait, he was down for the plan to
No, he wasn't.
mass eliminate them, wasn't
No,
he?
he just
No.
said that he could do the cure or the
He could,
workaround.
he could say he came up with the cure.
Oh, he wasn't part of the conversation about
Yeah,
the genocide.
No,
And he wanted to give the cure to the
I don't think he
hostages.
would. I don't think Doc Cottle would have signed off on the genocide.
No way.
To be honest with you,
They wouldn't let him know about it.
Well,
right?
even on the planet...
he's a
when
man
they-
of moral character.
Yeah, even when they're on the planet, they asked him, like, why are you helping us? Or why, you could just kill
what
us.
I
He goes,
do.
that's not what I do.
That's not what I do. I'm a helper.
He may be the only doctor and smoke like a chimney, but he is a man of moral construct.
Hilo is though too.
He's a bum.
But he's a
whipped.
man. He
He's whipped.
has it, and he does not bend on his views.
Hold
or
on, I have a
morals.
question for you.
Yes.
If he wasn't married to Boomer, do you think he would be as strongly opposed?
No,
Okay, well then he's not what you think he is.
that's not true because people.
He's doing
Our
it. He's doing it for his own
experiences
reasons.
shape us. No, he's not. It doesn't matter that he's married. Well, yeah, it does matter that he's married to a Cylon. But what matters is that he sees that not all Cylons are the same. They're not all machines. He's experienced them in a different way than most of these other people have. So he can say, look, it doesn't have to be this way. We can fix this before it gets this far out of hand. I don't think that's selfish reasons because Sharon's going to be just fine on the ship. They're not killing her. They're killing all her people.
So she finds out about her kid, and then she's going to go crazy.
Oh, yeah. I'd go crazy.
No, I'd be like, cool, keep the kid.
That's going to come back to haunt someone. Not going to name names.
Someone's gonna pay for that.
Someone's going to pay, and it's not going to be pretty.
Can I tell you what I liked about this episode?
Yeah, it sounds like you've liked this episode quite a bit.
I like this episode. Baltar getting tortured.
Yes, thank God.
Yes.
But you know what I didn't like about that? Baltar was on screen.
I know.
That was
a hot sex scene though, kind of.
Oh my gosh, it was.
I have to admit, you're right.
I know.
That was pretty steamy,
And
right?
I hate to admit it because usually I disagree with you on that whole thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, all right.
I was into it. I was like, this is.
And she was like, say it to me or something like that. What was it? Like, be here.
Yeah.
Be here, be in me or something like that. I'm like,
She.
yep.
She worked him.
She did, man.
No, she worked her Cylon counterpart more than anything.
Now, if we can get into a little bit of the details of this.
Yeah.
You know,
Of the scene?
well, we don't know what Baltar's stamina is, so she might be working with only a certain amount of time.
Limited time, limited moments.
Right?
You know,
Because
can you imagine-
as soon as it's over, everybody knows that there's some sort of clarity.
I need
that
a fire. I need a cigarette now. No, here's my thing. You're 3. You're the one torturing him right now, right? Mm-hmm. And you look down and you're like, bro, like, calm down. You're being tortured right now. And he's got this.
Yeah, but as we see, I think in the next episode,
it leads to something.
It worked.
Which is, I mean, that's Baltar for you, though. The man knows how to work his.
Got the note. Don't worry.
Yeah, he knows how to work his situations to his advantage.
I think Lucy Lawless was just lonely.
I
It's gotta
think
be lonely torturing.
I actually
people.
think there's some truth to. I mean, this is another Cylon who doesn't know what her purpose is. Right? They're all lost. They don't know what they want.
So bang other
They've spent
Cylons.
their whole life trying to kill the humans, and now they're like, "There's got to be more to a life than this."
There's about to be less.
It's about to be. We're about to murder all of you. Yeah, that was actually. So they started off with that cheesy music again. Not the music. The music was fine because it's Mozart. It was, but the way they filmed it started off as cheesy until they get into the torture stuff, and then it kind of gets rid of that. Right? Because that's where he's trying to get bailed out. Right? He's like, "No, I didn't do anything. I didn't do it. I'm good.
Be here with me.
Be here with me." Don't say that to me, Trisha. Don't say that to me. I will give everything.
That was like I was watching it with headphones in, thankfully, because like
Dad, why are you
everyone was, I was like,
hyperventilating?
what is going on?
Well, and Eli did not watch these episodes with me this week because he was not feeling well yesterday, so he's in bed. And I'm like, I'm glad this is the week you missed. Like, this is...
There was someone to do some dadding.
That was pretty intense, actually. Yeah. Other things that we didn't talk about in this episode were...
Eli hoped to get a reaction like that.
Yeah. We did not talk about that the probe is actually, they found out it's 3,000 years old and it comes from the 13th tribe. So they're on the right path to Earth. That's kind of cool. I mean,
It's a race to Earth.
It's a race to, welcome to Earth. They're going to be to Earth. And I just can't.
I hope they get there and it's just like, there's a whole bunch of people there and they're like, what are you guys doing?
Like,
get the fuck out of here.
It's like
13th colony. Get out of
It's like
here.
a utopia where the Cylons
Yeah.
and humans are living together peacefully. They're like, take that crap elsewhere.
Take your drama somewhere else.
We are happy here. This is my boyfriend, Mr. Dias.
We don't want your Taylor Swift music drama here.
This is Dias Galtar. He's my boyfriend.
bored.
Dear.
Hate that guy.
He's a bum.
You know, it's interesting because...
And it's nice to see that the Battlestar staff, or everybody's saying, oh, he's alive? That guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I told you all along. You're like, they got to figure out this guy's a bum. This guy's a
They
bum.
never
And I'm like,
figured it out. They had to be told.
no,
Yeah.
they figured it out.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
It was just too late once they figured it out. But now they all hate Baltar. Everyone hates. No one likes Baltar.
Not
now.
even the Cylons do.
Not even the Cylons do. They're going to torture him and then sleep with him. Very confusing. Don't know what to make of this.
Although, not bad.
Not a bad 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
You know. Hey, if you're going to bang me in one way, you might as well bang me another way.
He's going out on top or bottom.
He was on bottom.
Yeah.
Or side. I don't know. Anyways.
So he's being tortured, so he's restrained.
So you're okay with the genocide of the Cylons, both of you?
I'm fine with it.
It's a moral dilemma. It's an awesome moral dilemma. But I think, if you're on the one side, you kind of got to decide what the end game there is. And am I okay with it? No, but is it a necessity? Maybe, yeah.
If Cisco is your admiral, does he commit genocide?
I don't think he commits genocide.
Oh, I think he still would have done it.
think he still would've done it.
He nuked a planet so they couldn't live on it.
He gave him time to get off the planet, though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but this also isn't like a nuke that's going to wipe everybody out
It's
immediately.
It's the Borg.
This is a
He's
slow.
past that trauma because of the first episode.
He does no longer exist there.
This is
Yeah.
a slow. This is
whatever.
a slow eradication of. This is going to take time, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because then they just can't. Once they die, it's spread. So they basically have to just keep them alive as long as possible.
See, I don't subscribe to your theory that I'm especially New Caprica that they try to get there all hunky dory.
Oh, I think it was.
I think they came on the planet and immediately launched troops through the streets.
Well, I mean, you're just letting them know, like.
Oh my god!
Yeah, just letting them know who's
Oh
boss.
my god!
We're gonna live peacefully, but
I'm
you
not
get
Just
back.
let them know
Okay.
that you're gonna beat them up and torture them. Just let them know that's a possibility.
Oh my gosh! What I'm really trying to say here
Oh my
is that I
get
Seven
it.
three four four
You
nine
are
four
Nick
0980.
Nick is very uncomfortable making.
You can
very
text
tough
or
decisions.
call and tell Nick.
There's
He's
a
just
reason I'm not in government. Okay,
Jesus.
I would not be good.
The
I
government would
don't-
eradicate
I don't
us.
think their intention was to come in there and be a-holes at that point. They really were going to try to do it, but they
No.
they
Yeah, tell
approached
that
it
to
the
the
wrong way.
toasters.
I think they came in there thinking that they were still better than everybody and they were going to rule their way.
Well, yeah, they still think they're better than them. Yeah.
So yeah, they're still going to rule their way, which
Well, they did say that, right? They were there to bring God to them.
I'm sure Hitler was a nice guy too.
Oh my gosh, that's not what I said. Not what I said.
I mean, he wasn't. I mean,
Call us 734
He doesn't seem like one.
734
494.
494 0980.
nailed it.
Nailed it. Call us. Give us your opinions. Is that genocide?
Is genocide?
Is that? Yeah, it would be genocide.
I mean, is it okay?
Is it okay?
But is it still genocide if they were programmed at one point in time?
Yeah.
They've evolved past their programming. Isn't the whole purpose of this?
Yeah, it is. Sorry. Okay. All right.
Joe.
That's a measure of salvation. Second episode. Hero, you can be my hero, baby.
You can be my hero, baby.
You can kiss away the pain.
You can take
You
my
can take
breath away.
my breath away. The
I
fleeting
wish
colors.
I wish you would both take my breath away completely until I can't breathe anymore and I'm passed
Have you seen
out.
that video though?
Yeah.
So, Cylon Raiders are coming towards the Caprica, and they're like, battle stations, we're going to blow those jerk faces up. And it turns out, wait, hold on, there's a ship running away from the Cylons. The Cylons are shooting at a Raider. The Raider basically, they take the Raider on the ship, and out of the ship pops good old Bulldog. Bulldog is a former naval pilot who was under the command of Adama on the Battlestar Valkyrie. And Novacek is his actual name. Novacek is his actual name. They want to know, like, how do you escape, bro? And he's like, well, they got a Cylon virus, so I waited my chance, and then I punched him and ran. And they're like, something's a little shady about this story, but I don't know what.
It's because he's black.
And as this is all ongoing, right? Adam is having flashbacks to the past when he was still a commander, when he was in command of the Valkyrie, and he was ordered to go to the armistice line with his stealth plane and basically poke his nose across the borders to see what the Cylons be up to, and to be like, "Hey, are they gonna get ready to
you
genocide
doing?
us?
What
yet?
you doing?
What you doing, boo? You got some nukes up in there?
WYD.
Yeah. Would you?
No, what you doing?
What you do? Oh, okay. I like it. Okay.
It's text for it's late. Want to have sex?
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't live in
That's what it is.
That's why you're always sending that to me.
Yeah, but you never answer. It's
I didn't
rude.
know what it meant.
Why is
Rude.
he saying "wid" to me? He keeps saying "wid." So, anyways,
He's like, Joe's having a stroke again.
so during this blackout,
Yeah, he was.
Which I am.
so during
since
this
you don't answer
blackout
me.
mission, something goes wrong with Bulldog's ship, and Adama has to make the call to shoot it
Wish I
down
was
in
having a
enemy
stroke.
territory. So he shoots it down in enemy territory. They think Bulldog is dead, but he wasn't. He was just captured by the Cylons, kept for years and years and years. Turns out the Cylons decided to release him because they knew he'd be pissed off when he found out the truth, and that Adama was the one who
let
shot
the
him down.
dogs out?
Adama goes to Saul for advice, and Saul's a dick. And Saul's just like,
See it.
Deal with it, man. You're a bad person, just like me. We're bad people. And later on, Bulldog starts beating the crap out of Adama, and it's basically like, I'm going to kill you. And then Saul comes in and is like, bro, they wanted you to do this. Like, they let you escape, and they knew you were going to kill the old man, so stop doing it. And he's like, how do I get past the pain? And Saul's like, nah, doesn't happen, man.
I don't know if you do.
It don't happen, bro. Sorry.
Your life's always going to suck.
Next question. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
And at the end, Adama wins the medal. He doesn't want the medal. That's his penance that he has to pay. He gets a medal for 45 years of service. Bulldog goes off his own way. He asks Saul to stay. Saul's like, no, I don't want to stay. And he's like, what happened with your wife? And they sit down for a drink. Meanwhile, with the Cylons, they're all sleeping with Baltar. I mean, let's be honest. They're all sleeping with Baltar. And the other one, what's her name? Her name is not Sharon. What's the name of the other one who kills herself? Number 3. Number 3 is having weird dreams. So she decides to off herself.
Lucy
Lawless.
Lucy,
And when she offs herself, she sees hooded figures, and she wakes up and says, I saw something beautiful.
Racist.
There you go. White hooded figures.
Yeah. So they got a Cylon detector now?
Yeah, they had the Cylon detector.
Didn't they think it didn't work?
But then they got it to work.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, they got it to work a while ago, but they just don't trust. It worked with
Baltar, but he said it didn't work.
Yeah, and then they figured out it did work.
And nobody thought to follow up with Baltar on that?
I mean, at that point, he was the president, so you're kind of screwed.
Probably just made a mistake.
I don't get everything right.
It's a clerical error.
I'm too busy having air sex right now.
Clerical error.
Wasn't it great?
Yes.
To get a Billy mention in this episode. How much she missed Billy.
Oh, Billy.
That was her in this episode.
Yes.
I loved what it meant for our show.
I know.
As soon as I saw it, I'm like, yes.
It's coming back.
It's coming back, baby.
100% is what I thought, too. When she said, oh, this is from what Billy did. And I was like, yes.
Yep.
You know what was weird about that scene, though, is they were showing her unpacking and moving stuff around the Colonial One. I thought like they'd already showed her reestablished in her office. This felt like a continuity error.
She probably had a lot to go through.
Yeah.
I think didn't they show her like I don't know.
Cleaning out boxes.
They probably brought more in so she could review it and then got rid of it.
Okay, clearing out finally.
You got some catching up to do.
Now that they're okay and safe, they can finally go through what Baltar did and get rid of most of it.
I bet you that would be a very quick thing to do. I'm pretty sure he didn't do much.
Well, there's probably a lot of kill orders in there, though.
Probably a lot of pornography.
Yes. What are all the... What's with this box of condoms?
He doesn't use a condom. There's no way.
No reason to.
Yeah.
For him. He's like, don't worry, baby.
No, some of his...
I can't get you sick.
Some of his aides were humans.
Oh, that's true. They were. Yeah.
Oh, they did have AIDS. He did have AIDS.
Yes. Everybody has AIDS. All right. So we have Adama basically thinking he started the war, right? Like he's dealing with that. He thinks he is the issue why the Cylons violated the armistice. And it turns out, and what's her name? The president says to him, like, you're being naive to think you have that much power. Like, the Cylons just decided to commit genocide against us over your one ship. He's like, no, the Admiralty was probably planning this. They wanted to start a war. What are the odds that the humans were wanting to start a war, in your opinion? It's been 40 years, and you haven't seen
I don't think they wanted to start a war, but maybe they worried it was coming anyway.
Okay.
So therefore...
Let's start it now.
Or
kind of like Star Trek Into Darkness.
Sure.
The Cleons are coming. The Cleons are coming.
Do you think they felt war was inevitable? So
yeah, I am inevitable.
And maybe they just wanted to see if
it
was coming.
Am Iron.
And they're okay with the side effects of it if they were discovered.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. Okay. I don't know.
Good silence. I know. I was waiting.
How many of these people are going to F Baltar? Like, why?
Like
Lucy
everyone.
Lawless?
Lucy Lawless, 6. Who knows at this point?
And it's not just one of them with him. It was both of them with him.
Well,
so if you get one bottle,
what was the imaginary one?
No, in the bed with him. The
blonde?
He had a regular naked 6 in bed with him.
I'm pretty sure that was imaginary one.
No,
she wasn't there in bed when he first woke up.
No, because the shot where she wakes up and she's sort of in front of the bed or sitting up, there's 2 people in the bed.
Are you sure?
100%.
Yeah. I think he's right.
And then they go to the shot from the side of the bed, and there's still 2 people.
Yes. She was there.
Oh, I didn't see her at first.
Which is interesting because, like, an episode ago, she's like, I'm done with you. Let's torture you. And now she's in love with him again.
Yeah,
But I think that's the relationship with Baltar, you know. Guy's got so much sex appeal.
What, does he?
scumbag. But if he can bang, I mean, that's a.
I mean, that helps, but you still got to have some, like...
You know what, though?
Oh, you're looking for the silence for moral.
He's not like an endearing person.
Do you know how many people that are scumbags that get laid all the time?
I'm
Yeah.
looking at one.
Yeah, and I do pretty well
And it
for
works-
myself.
Works pretty well. He's got a nuclear bomb in the back of his car right now, and he's going to get laid.
It's a
later.
nuclear bomb in his pants.
Causes a lot of fallout.
Yeah, a lot of radiation with that bad boy. Better wear your suit.
Going to cause some hair loss. My skin is itchy.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you, babe. I don't know. That was there before me. Sign this.
Why do I have to sign a consent agreement to be with you?
This is an NDA.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. So, Rosalind here, she tells Adama to get over it and says your punishment will be getting that award and pretending like you're happy to get that award.
I feel like this is like being punished now.
Because
Go to your room. You're like, okay, PlayStation, TV, Netflix.
Yeah, but if you're Adama, who command is everything, taking care of your people is everything, and here's one you failed. You failed miserably on this, and you've lied about this for years, and now they're pinning a medal on you for saying how great you are. I think that's hard on him.
Yeah, but I think overall he's done a lot more good than he has made mistakes.
Yes, I think he has, but I don't think that's the way his brain works.
I also
He remembers the mistakes.
Oh, yeah,
he
you're
made.
hard on yourself.
I also find it interesting that he can't get over this one mistake.
That's a pretty big mistake.
An episode before
He almost
signs
genocided.
off on genocide. And
Yeah.
he's good with that, but
He's
he's like,
like-
I can't take this medal because I may have inadvertently
Killed
this.
one of my soul. Yeah. Well, it wasn't even the war. It was more about the soldier.
Right.
He killed his own soldier. He killed
Right.
his own
A
guy.
A friend or whatever he was.
Bulldog. Yeah, a
Which
friend
I
of
like
him.
that actor. He was an Alias as well.
Yeah, he was a good actor. And I like this. I liked his story too. Going on mine, everyone's just happy that he's back, and this guy's got some major trauma, folks. Let's not let this guy just roam around the ship, please.
Maybe
Yeah.
let him see a shrink for a while.
Yeah,
But
let's,
I don't.
Or
Another
maybe
thing
get
was
off the battleship.
yeah, right.
when he calls up Adama and is like, I need to talk to you. Don't you think Adama would have the common sense to be like, he knows now,
Well, especially, yeah.
and then he just goes there by himself?
Hey, what's up, bro? You
But
want to
he
have a
just-
beer? Ooh.
He really did walk in it, but like he was like the first one to a barbecue. He's like, hey, what's up? I brought a 6, like, and just gets sucker punched.
I
or is
completely agree with you, especially the way the guy was talking at the time. I need to talk to you
yeah.
now.
So here's how
yeah,
I
I was like, that's not a. Although he has missed every single red flag with Baltar, so
Well,
maybe he just doesn't get these.
so
social
part of me
cues.
was thinking like he knew he was going to pay his penance at that point.
Yeah, but you don't. You think he just strolled in there? He literally just strolled in
Well, how do you stroll in when you know you're about to get your ass kicked?
slowly.
But you want to get your ass kicked because you think you deserve it.
I don't know. I
It's
don't think
almost like,
I don't think he was. I don't think he was like, oh, I'm just gonna go have this guy kick the shit out of me.
or chew me out is kind of what I thought.
Right, but at that point you walk in slowly. I mean,
Hey, in
You
here.
Like-
definitely don't turn your back.
Oh, I'm here. I just got a metal pipe in my hand.
Yeah.
Just hanging out,
Nothing to
relax.
see here, dude.
come in. There's nobody there. Of course he's hiding behind the corner.
They did a good job on the makeup though with that, like showing the, like when
Well,
he
the
got,
first punch, or the second punch where blood comes out
Uh-huh.
of his mouth.
yeah, and then they show him talking to the president later, and he's all messed up on his face. They did a good job on the makeup with that. It was impressive. What else happened in this one? I mean, Ty's coming back.
Yes. So
Yes
it
and
was,
no.
Yeah.
It was nice to see them at least sit down and talk. Because
Finally, they hadn't talked about Ellen.
yeah, in the middle of the episode, I'm like, I mean, I don't know how far this would fall this fast.
Well, he came in there. He's like, "Are you looking for a friend or your XO?" And he goes, "Right now, I don't think you have either."
Yeah.
Oh, he said that to Saul, or Saul said that.
Saul
to,
said that
Yeah.
to Adama. because he was going in there to talk to him about Bulldog.
And then Adama said to him, "Right now, I don't think you have either." Or
No,
Saul said
Saul
that
said that to him.
He
So
said,
he's basically, we're not
com-
friends?
Are you coming here to talk to your friend or your XO? He goes, because right now you don't have either. And then he took a drink.
Wow.
Yeah.
I missed that line. But I could buy
Were you too
that.
busy with the see it? See, is he doing like giving himself visual tests after he's had like half a decanter of whiskey?
I mean, maybe. But like, to me, it makes sense why he would be mad. He's not actually mad at Bill. He's mad at himself for going down on that planet. But Bill's the one who stayed on the ship, so he can be mad at him, right? If Bill was there sooner, she would still be alive. If Bill would have talked me into staying on the ship instead of leaving, Ellen would still be alive.
He's mad at Bill, but for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I get the anger, though. Like, at first, I'm like, wow, I can't believe he would say that. But it makes sense. He would
You
not.
didn't even know he said it.
Huh?
You didn't know.
I didn't even know he said it. And so it blew my mind. But then he came to talk with him and basically saying, you're getting the friend, not the XO. And he had a cool new eye patch.
Well, yeah, and one of the things with the actor for Ty, I don't know his name, his posture, the way he actually stands.
Yeah.
When he's
Competent? Or versus?
versus when he's drunk or pissy.
Yeah.
It's completely different. I'm like, there's a nice little touch.
Yeah.
He's Michael Hogan is his name. I think he passed away, actually.
Well, I mean the eye thing.
No,
Nick's
not that.
killing people again.
Not that.
Diabetes again?
Yeah, it was diabetes. I'm
AIDS?
pretty sure he died.
And how about that? Starbuck was actually useful
No, he's still alive.
and tolerable in this episode.
Did you killed him?
I killed him. He's still alive.
Jesus.
He's 73 now.
He's not that old.
No, he's not that old. He's pretty young. After Battlestar Galactica, though, he didn't do a ton of TV. He did. Oh, I lied. He had a main role in Teen Wolf.
Did he?
The MTV TV show?
Yeah.
Really?
He had guest roles on it. Yeah, he's done actually quite a bit. Nothing like leads. No leads anymore.
Nick has killed him and destroyed his
Ruined his career. Does a lot of voice acting for video games as well.
Wait, what did you just ask me something? Or were you
I was gonna say diabetes does that too.
Oh, I thought
Diabetes
I thought you were
does
gonna
do
make I thought you were making a point that
It's gone. Oh, Starbuck.
Oh,
she was
yeah,
actually
yeah.
tolerable.
Yeah, she was reviewing the film.
Yeah.
Right? And she actually did something. But they've kind of stayed away from her. She hasn't been in the last
yeah,
few
she's
episodes.
a butthole.
Yeah, and this one it was just a very small dose,
Yeah.
which
But
was nice.
She's still like she was in the background of one of the shots and she still had that look
She
on
had
her
a
face.
look on her face.
I was
yes.
like, God damn it.
She did. She had a
It was
look on her
like a
yes. She absolutely did. You are absolutely right.
I was like, really? That she gets one shot in the whole episode?
Yes.
Well, I appreciated when she was reviewing the tape.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was useful.
Yes.
It shows that she is competent underneath all of that.
I thought she was tolerable this episode, so I noted it.
Noted.
Well, you know what's
I've
interesting
never
about
noted that for Baltar because I fucking hate him.
these last couple episodes, actually, they haven't been the ensemble pieces that the rest of the series has been. They've focused on singular characters, especially this episode, right? You focused on Bulldog, you focused on Adama, and then Sultai.
Can I assume Bulldog comes back semi-regularly?
No,
Really?
that's it.
Did anybody think Bulldog was a Cylon?
No.
I did initially. Or
I mean, I know what happens with the show, but even when I watched it initially, I didn't think so.
No?
I thought there was a possibility at first.
I thought they had turned him.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But
Brainwashed.
But he wasn't turned. He was just they just
Yeah.
pissed him off and sent him on his way and let him do the rest.
I will say there's one thing I hate. It's when people know exactly what's going to happen. Like, so the Cylons knew they'd send him back, and they knew he'd find out, and they knew he would try to go after.
It's like plot armor, right? Like
Yeah.
when all these things have to happen perfectly in order for the plan to work.
I know every show does it, and so I'm not nitpicking on
Yeah.
the show, but God, I still hate it.
I do hate that too, because I mean, like that's a pretty elaborate plan for the Cylons, right? I was thinking at least maybe they planted a tracker in him somehow that's impossible for them to want.
But they knew exactly what. If they were smart, they would have not told. He would never have found out. If it wasn't for Ty, he probably would have never found out. Luckily, Ty's a drunk.
I know. What a dick move by
That's a dick move.
by him. I
By
mean,
who?
Ty.
Ty. Oh, the old man didn't tell you. Yeah, he set you up for fodder.
Oh, you think that you
It wasn't Ty's place to tell.
No, it wasn't him. You had to give the chance to Adama.
He did.
He gave him like a minute.
No, we gave him he gave him like a scene break.
Yeah.
It's like 5 minutes.
I think it was a strategic move by. I thought it was like a move by Adama to not tell him and send him back to talk to Ty.
Which tells me why Ty's a Cylon and someone there to kill Adama. I don't know.
That would be very elaborate, actually. He's gone through a lot to get to this
my point. We knew that would happen.
He's been through a lot to get to where he's at now. Poor Ty. Oh, goodness. Tie me up, tie me down.
Hot.
That's the name of an episode.
It is.
I know.
So Saul telling him, is that because he's pissed off at Adama, or is that because Ty's realizing, look, I killed my own wife, and the reasoning I gave is because we're all expandable in war. So if my wife is expandable, so are you. So get over it.
It's a version of that. It's a version of both.
Okay.
I had to kill my wife, so Bill has to deal with this.
Yeah.
If I have to do it, you have to do it.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
If I have to deal with this crap,
Yeah.
who do you think you are to get away with it?
Right. So that's why I sent him down. That's why I said it.
I also think he doesn't have any regard for Bill at the moment, or didn't have any regard for Bill at the moment.
Agreed.
So he had no incentive to cover for his friend, his former.
So
friend.
things are getting better now, though. He's not.
Yeah, if this would have happened at the end of the episode after they sort of reconciled a little bit, I don't think he would. I don't think he would have done it.
Yeah.
I think he would have said something along the lines of, "There's something major that Adama has to tell you," but I think
only he can tell you.
Yes.
I can't tell you. That's.
I think he would
his thing.
allude to something major that he had to tell. I don't think he would flat out tell him.
Okay. I like it.
I don't think season 2 Ty
does
would have
this.
said it.
No,
I
not a
think you're
chance.
right. For all the issues that Ty had, he was fiercely loyal to Adama.
Because
He
it did a
never-
whole episode as to why.
Yes, and for good reasons he was loyal. So come
But
on, man.
that has been tarnished severely. So
Well, that's gone now, and I get that.
It's gone.
It's a different. He said that Ty's dead, and I believe it.
That Ty's dead.
Maybe he's going to be an effective Ty now. Who knows? So far, not so good.
I need you, my CSE.
Actually, he was effective in what he wanted to do. So discontent, and he did a great job of it.
Yep.
Hey, by the way, I mean, this is like a late, but Ted Kaczynski is dead. He was found
the
dead.
Unabomber?
Yeah, he's found dead in his jail cell.
That's a bummer.
Like Epstein dead, or
I mean, I don't know. He wasn't that old, right? Sorry, it's
No. If he was going to do it Epstein style, he would have done it a long time ago.
Yeah.
yeah. He wouldn't hang out in a prison like for 20 years.
Maybe
and
it's
be
just like, yeah, enough. It's enough.
So, anyways, sorry. I mean, that's not breaking news for you listening to the show, but for us, it was breaking news. It popped up because I was trying to pull up the ratings.
Great, you broke the fourth wall, Nick.
I broke.
Now they know that we recorded 2 episodes back to back.
No, it's
People are going to start doing.
Spoiler.
They're going to start doing the math on when Ted Kaczynski died and know that we recorded this
Oh no!
on the same day as
On
last
the
week's
same day as
episode.
last week's episode. Oh no!
Certainly wasn't a coincidence we wore the same clothes.
Not a
That's
coincidence.
purely coincidental.
All right, shall we go to reviews for this?
You mean
Did we
ratings?
just do that?
We did the review.
Ratings.
We're in the ratings part.
Ratings part. Unless there's
you're still
anything
mourning
else from Hero you wanted to talk
I think you're
about.
still mourning Kaczynski.
Okay, maybe.
Tough news.
Maybe. Anything else from Hero you want to talk about? Did we cover it all?
You covered it all.
Okay.
That
Measure of
was a bombshell.
Measure of Salvation. Genocide.
Whew, I'm wiped out after that episode.
These this
Yeah.
goes back to what we talked about in the past, though.
Kidding.
Like,
I
yeah.
give it an 8.5.
Jesus Christ.
I did not think there was any.
The episodes themselves are good. They lead to excellent discussions. I factor in our discussions with my rating.
Rob, what do you give this episode?
Probably 5.5.
I got to equalize things out. Yeah. I have no idea right now. It blew my mind. 7. I don't know right now. 7. Yeah.
I was right around a 7, actually. But it's a really good conversation.
It is a good
That's
conversation.
why it's got a 7.
And if you're pro genocide, then this is a really good episode.
So that's why you rated it
Yeah,
higher.
all
Like,
right,
all
we're
right.
We're gonna start doing some stuff.
Finally, someone understands.
Someone's making some decisions.
Hero.
9. No, I'm kidding.
Hero.
6.5.
Okay.
Ditto.
Okay. I'm probably a 6 on this one. I didn't love this one. I think Hero is one of the lowest rated episodes of this show.
I like
not
the
great.
actor.
Yeah, he was really good.
It's whatever.
It's whatever.
It's a good episode to kind of show you that Bill isn't all rainbows and butterflies. Like,
I mean, was there even a B plot?
no.
Was the B plot like the Bill the Adama and
I think that's the B plot.
Ty stuff?
Technically.
Basically.
Yeah,
Maybe
I think you're right.
untechnically. Yeah, but I think that was the B plot.
Yeah.
This is one of the lower rated episodes. I
And it's not a particularly strong A plot either.
It's not a strong plot. I mean, it's a good episode. It's a passable episode. I think
fine.
there's a little bit with this show. They just had that long arc of the occupation and everything that you're like, okay, let's go to some standalones for a while, guys. Like,
Well, that was a pretty intense arc.
Did you just call it an occupation?
yes, because that's what the name of the episode was.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. Occupation was the name of the first episode.
Oh, that's
my
right. You're
friend.
right. The first episode. Okay, yes. Gee, even the writers knew it was an occupation.
It became an
And
occupation.
Nick's like, no, it's great.
It
They're
didn't.
living peacefully.
It didn't start off as an occupation. It became an occupation.
Watch the scene when they landed.
Nick, literally the season started off with occupation.
They didn't want things to get as bad as they got.
What?
Nick, you're cute. You're so naive.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us on Twitter at Cardassians Pod. We'd love to have you there.
And you can make fun of Nick there.
you
Just
can
like we
make
do.
fun of
Yeah.
me there. You can mock me.
You can make fun of Nick on any social media platform.
Yes.
That's true. So find us on TikTok. Find us on YouTube, where Rob puts out live videos of not
Not live.
but videos of our podcast.
We could do that one day, though.
And
What?
join Patreon too.
Or live.
Let's do it.
We'd love to have you on Patreon. Join.
But yeah,
We love our PPs.
that's right.
Patreon people. So, thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for keeping up with us. Have a good rest of the night. Bye.
Rest of the night.